put them in different spots and train them how to be responsible and trust God, you know, for the rest of their growth. Because I really believe that a lot of people just don't know how to be responsible and how to, and just because a person is from 20 to 40 don't mean that he know how to be a man. And being a man, it takes a lot of responsibility. And I think a lot of times that's why we deviate to drugs or different things of that nature, because it's hard.
Well, speaking of grants, and I'd like to pursue this, do you think it would be cost effective if the state of Tennessee were to assist organizations like your organization and others? I've heard others raise the same point, that they don't feel that they're getting the kind of financial and resource support for what they are trying to do, when if they are successful in doing what they're doing, it would be a dramatic decrease in the amount of money that we have to spend for the prisons and billboard prisons and et cetera, and et cetera. Is that a correct statement? Do you think that that's a fair statement?
I think it is. Why I think it is because what happens is when a guy does not return back, you got a more healthier human being. You got a man that if he got children, he gonna be a better father to his children. And one of the things why I'm so stuck on getting the man right is if you get the man, if you can get him right, you not only got him, but you got everything that he come in contact with, whether it's his woman, whether it's his wife, whether it's his children, you know, because again,
he's the center of everything here. That where the way he goes, everything else can follow the way he goes. Yeah.
But see, and even in the midst of it, you know, I think the key is you got to have the type of program that's got the proper structure. You know, like when I say the proper structure, I just don't believe that a person can live this life without some kind of spiritual guidance. I just don't believe it. Now, I'm not trying to tell a person to be Buddha or Jesus, or but you have to have something.
Recognize that there's a God and
that's
that
greater
than
you.
That,
and this have to be a standard, because without a standard, I mean, you just do anything. And I really believe that early on in my life there was a big gap there, because I never will forget, right before I went to prison, I found myself sitting there on top of my car, got the car I want, got the lady friend, got the money, got the dope, but it's still something missing. You know, got all the stuff that I thought, the utopia that I thought was going to make me the big man on campus, but you know, yet I'm still empty. So, you know, it took coming into a personal relationship with Jesus. That's when NA and AA made sense. And one of the things that I am thankful for is that's how God took my pain and established my purpose.
Hey, well, let me thank you, Mr. Settlers, for bringing us that excellent information by. And of course, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.